All right, welcome back to Talk with Butch Tuesday. Today, my guest is a very special person, a very special friend, Ms. Karen Guinn. Hello, Karen.
Hi, Butch. How are you?
Good. Welcome to Talk with Butch Tuesday.
Well, I love talking with Butch. It's one of my favorite things to do.
And I love talking with Karen, so it's perfect. Try to keep these under 10 minutes, but with you and I, we could be here for 2 hours.
It could be a challenge.
Yeah, it won't be. It won't be 2 hours, I promise, if you're
No.
All right. So Karen, so the intention of these really is to help people promote their business and share from your experience. You've been an entrepreneur for quite a while now. So I want to share what you've been getting from what you've learned as an entrepreneur that might make a difference for others. So first off, tell us about your business. What is it you do now?
Well, since I've always been an entrepreneur, or at least dabbled in entrepreneurism when I was with corporate America. Always had something on the side. But since I moved to Arizona, which is 13 years ago, I have been an entrepreneur. So I've been in various, mostly, selling positions, but always with the ultimate goal to help people, which I think most salespeople, if you're in it for the right reason, you're there because you think that what you have is a great solution to what their potential needs might be.
I'm sorry, there goes my doorbell. I'm going to have to,
Okay.
I think that's a check for me.
Oh, you want to go get it?
No, it's FedEx.
We can start over.
Eileen can get it.
Or you can edit.
Let's go back. Karen, tell me about your business. Sorry, I just turned my ringer off. I forgot to do that when we started.
I know, I put mine on airplane mode. So, like you, Butch, I'm an entrepreneur. I've evolved in the last 7 or 8 months because of COVID, and because really in my heart there was a shift. But really, when you look back on it, it was kind of just the natural means to the end. I've been in the health and wellness field for 13 years since I've been in Arizona. I've helped people with weight loss and getting healthy that way. Then I had a 3-year plus stint in the CBD business, because again, that was just adding another layer of the ability to help people feel and enjoy their life. One of my main focuses has been helping people live their ultimate life. And then when COVID hit, much of my business went kind of flat because most of it really was through networking and meeting people, and that was pretty drastically cut. So I thought, this is an opportunity to reinvent myself again. And the funny thing is, every job that I've had since I've been in Arizona had to have certain guidelines. It had to allow me to have the time and the flexibility to travel. So I joined a friend of mine in his travel business I joined officially, I think, in January. And then COVID hit. So I've been spending a lot of that time just studying and learning and attending classes. I do 3 or 4 classes each week. And now I'm in the process of creating my own boutique travel events, as well as promoting others and helping people dream again about travel, because to me, it is a mental health piece. So again, I'm still in that health field. If you're healthy enough to get there, if you feel good enough and are able to move to travel, then the ultimate guide is, where are you going to go? Because to have that as a goal or something that's just out in the future, to me, is a really big health lift.
It so lines up for you. I get that, the transition for that. Well, then my next question, and you've kind of already answered it, is why do you do what you do? So you've already answered that. Now, we've worked together. You were in my mastermind group, and and everything.
That was where it all really keyed in. That's where this idea really, it was like a light bulb went off. And it was one of the other people in the mastermind that he said that, and I went, holy moly, why am I beating around the bush? This is what I really want to do.
For years, you've been working, and I love this expression, but you've been operating on plan B to get to plan A. I want a business that gives me flexibility to travel so I can travel. And now it's like, I have a business that allows me to travel with the flexibility to travel and help other people travel. You're actually living plan B. So many people live life doing plan B, waiting to get to plan A, when they could really start operating from plan A right now, which is what you're doing, which is great.
I'm a little slow to the take, but I got there.
At least you got there. At least
You know, and the people in this industry, in the boutique group that I'm with, Quality Travel Solutions, they're just really fun, and I'm inspired by them, and that's just really awesome to be inspired. It takes a lot right now for people to have that dream and that inspiration out there, and that love of life, and that's what all of this has been brought home to me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, tell me, you've been an entrepreneur for a while, so tell me one of your favorite success stories. Given who you are and you're out to help people be well and healthy and live their best life, what's one of your great success stories? I know you've got lots of them.
You know, in the olden days, 7-8 years ago, I was helping people primarily reach their weight loss goals, and I had a lot of success there.
I was one of them.
I helped
for
over
a while.
People, you know, in my tenure in that department. I think seeing people get up, and I remember there was one gal she had a lot of issues. She had, gosh, I can't remember exactly what it was, but she had maybe lupus or something along that line, an autoimmune disease of some sort, where walking and moving was very painful for her. So I remember when she reached her goal, and her goal wasn't that big. It was 20, 25 pounds. And when she reached that goal, she was able to go out bird watching again, and she was able to really get out and live her life again. So that was a big one. And then in the CBD business, I had a gal this weekend who is suffering from many autoimmune diseases, and one of them really affects her neck and pain in her neck. So I ran her over a couple of sample capsules, and she took them, and she says, oh my gosh, within 30 minutes, I had relief, and I feel really, really good. And now she wants more. So
that's awesome.
You know, that's still a little part of my life. I just can't kind of not help people when it jumps at them like that.
Yeah.
And so now she'll have the ability to feel good and move on with her life and live her ultimate life as well.
Maybe she can go bird watching on a cruise.
Exactly.
You can send her away. That's awesome. Well, if you could go back in time, you've been an entrepreneur for a long time, corporate. If you could go back in time and give yourself some advice, right? Something you've learned in your years of being in business. When would you go back, and what would you tell yourself?
Again, I'm happy for everything that I've done. You know, there's something to be learned and an experience and people to have been met through each adventure. I think, you know, now that I'm so excited about the travel business, even though I know that most of my people in the travel business have had a really rough year, you know, one thing, thankfully, I didn't have any business plans, so I didn't lose any business.
Right.
I would have liked to have been in this industry sooner, just because I would have had that many more visitations to various places under my belt by now.
You and I both.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore. It would be fun to get out and do.
Bottom line is, what you're saying is that people should pursue their dreams. Stop worrying about what to do. Live plan A first.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you know, it's interesting because back around probably the 2000s, the travel industry really took a dip because people were doing it online, but for themselves now. And then it's really become a bigger industry, and especially now you see so many people that had planned their own trips for 2020, and they're having to deal with all the headaches. Whereas if they had a travel professional, the professional would be doing the headache for them.
Yeah, the industry change has been dramatic over the years.
Really come back, and there's a reason to have somebody helping you find the right trip and the right accommodations.
Yeah, I used to love to plan my own trips and do everything, but I have become a big believer over the last 4 or 5 years to have somebody else handle everything. And then there's all these perks and things you never think of to ask for that a professional can help you do. So how do people get in touch with you if they want to book their next fabulous vacation?
They can either call me on my cell, which is 503-449-8997, or Karen at qualitytravelsolutions.com.
Quality Travel Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
You
still have that 503 area code, that Oregon area code. My favorite thing I saw on Facebook this week is it was a little meme that said, cocaine is now legal in Oregon, but straws are illegal.
Yeah, I saw
Must
that.
be frustrating for people. I thought that was really funny when I saw that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's not necessarily from what I understand that it's illegal. It's just they're not going to
Not
prosecute
gonna
you.
prosecute,
So.
yeah. And I have one last
It's not
question.
like you can go to the Coke store.
Yeah. Right. Changing the mindset about things.
Right.
I have one last question for you. How often do people confuse you for Ellen DeGeneres?
A lot. Not the last 8 months because I'm not going anywhere. But
Do you ever get free stuff for being Ellen? People think you're Ellen.
Yeah, they'd go, "Do you know who you remind me of?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
And Jamie Lee Curtis too. I think Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
you could be her twin sister now.
I had my hair done a couple of years ago, and it turned out really white, and that was when it really seemed to be like Jamie Lee Curtis. But I don't get the Jamie Lee. I can see the Ellen piece, but not the Jamie Lee piece. But not that I'd be upset about the Jamie Lee.
She's pretty special.
Yeah.
Trading Places is still one of my.
Cheat person.
Say it again.
That's Erin's cheat person.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie Lee.
Yeah. I have Jennifer Aniston. She's got Jamie Lee.
Okay. I've got Jennifer Aniston too, but she's on the wrong list. Jamie Lee Curtis is one of my favorite movies, Trading Places.
Yep.
It was filmed in Philadelphia, and it's one of my top 3 movies of all time.
Great movie. So funny.
Well, I thank you for your time today. Thanks for coming on. And
fun talking with Butch.
Yeah, it's fun talking with Karen. Anything else you want to say before we say goodbye to everybody?
All I know is if you're struggling with your business, if you have any questions about how to do your business better, or you just want somebody as a support person, by all means check out Butch and his mastermind class group. It was a great experience. Again, that was kind of affected by COVID a little bit.
We're still meeting. We're still going strong online. So.
And he's
I did not prompt her for that testimonial, so thank you. I appreciate it.
And you don't have to. I mean, how many times have I come to you for advice? But you're the guy.
That's what I love to do. Yeah.
You've got your head on straight. You're objective, and that's what. And not only that, but you're just fun.
Thank you. And you're fun too. Thank you so much. If you've been watching, thanks for watching, and come back next week for another Talk with Butch Tuesday. See you later. Bye, Karen. Thank you.